I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we've got an AFC North tilt here, and this is a division coming into 2019 where maybe you're saying, is there a changing at the guard at the top?
And if so, could it be a team that possibly we haven't talked about in a long time? Could it be the Cleveland Browns? Because they are the trendy pick right now with the young quarterback Baker Mayfield, the acquisition of Odell Beckham Jr., and so many other great moves that they've made along the way. Can they now move to the top of the leaderboard ahead of Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati? They believe they can.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals get set to go to work for the first time offensively, and it's the rookie from NC State, Ryan Finley, getting the start.
And his team certainly didn't try and protect the young man because his first NFL start against the Baltimore Ravens and their tough defense. And the results, about what you'd expect, 16 of 30, 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And that was returned all the way by Marcus Peters. But this kid, they've got to find out if he's going to be the guy. A 4th-round pick out of NC State. The Bengals right now, winless on the year, tracking to have the number 1 pick in the draft.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From just shy of midfield, Finley. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
While the Bengals struggled in 2018, running back Joe Mixon certainly did not. Over 1,100 yards running the ball, caught 43 passes. Expect both of those numbers to continue to climb in his years in the NFL.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short yardage, Finley. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy.
It's our time. It's our time.
Ready?
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Ready?
Check 55, Mike. All day, all day.
Shoot.
Now on 2nd and 13. Finley got his man. It's Eifert. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
Got it.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Get it.
On 3rd down, Finley. And Eifert has it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Watch the curl, watch the curl.
There goes.
The dump off good for 8 there on 1st down.
Rick.
Watch the run, watch the run.
5.
On 2nd and 2, Finley into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Rudolph. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check, 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 check.
Now.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Ready?
Finley setting up on first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Well, they try to swing it on left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up second down.
And 2.
Now Joe Mixon. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Pittsburgh Steelers offense back onto the field, and this is a team that right now they're riding high. They got a home win over a tough Rams squad in Week 10. That's 4 straight victories to move them back over 500 for the first time all year, CD.
And their defense is playing awfully well. Their quarterback, Mason Rudolph, says they look like the 85 Bears. Well, he's young. They really look like the 76 Pittsburgh Steelers because they are playing awfully well. Minka Fitzpatrick coming from Miami has really been the missing piece to their secondary. And going into Week 11, they hold the number 6 seed in the AFC playoff race. A far cry from where they started the season. Up next, a stretch of 3 consecutive division games with a little bit of a scheduling quirk. They're at Cleveland, at Cincinnati, and then they host Cleveland in the third of those games.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Finley on play action. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Finley from the gun on third down. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Play action now. Here's Finley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw, Finley. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now, the Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Finley one more time. Now Finley lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run here with Connor. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, Samuels. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
Here we go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Rudolph throwing again. This is caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Boswell's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Bengals offense coming back out here, and for them, Charles, the woes continue. The losing streak continues. They are now 0-9 following the loss to the Ravens in Week 10.
And that loss to Baltimore showed just how big the gap is between first and last in the AFC North with the Bengals pulling up the rear. Got beat 49-13. We're never in that game. But they did actually win something if you're a fan of the NFL draft. Atlanta won, Miami won, and the Jets won in Week 10. And that means the Bengals and one-loss Washington are looking like the contenders for the #1 overall pick next year. Next 2 games for Cincinnati against teams that have turned their seasons around. The Raiders in Week 11, and then home against Pittsburgh in Week 12.
On second down, Finley again. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
8, read.
All day, baby. All day, all day. All day.
Let's go.
To throw is Finley. Now Finley lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Finley. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get it.
A first down throw for Finley. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Finley to throw it. He gets this one to Boyd. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Everyone, we got four down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything, nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Erickson now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They start the drive with Counter. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go, team. Here I come. Check 43.
He'll try and run forward with Connor. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
3 buck.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Rudolph. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field, because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. And it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Rudolph going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A 2nd down throw for Finley. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And they work this out past the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Finley setting up on 1st down. On the screen, Bernard. A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Bernard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Finley. He's got his man, Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Finley now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. First down, Finley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Finley now. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. Let's go.
Finley from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And the Steelers set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So now the Bengals and Ryan Finley down 10-0. A minute 52 to play. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. Finley to throw. Green brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's faster.
Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Ready up.
Come on, guys, 55. Oh, you got deep? Who's on 85? Come on, baby. Let's get this. Single, 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 single. Shoot!
Finley. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Down. 60 or.
I'm trying to collect. Mike, 55.
Get it.
Here's Finley.
Big stop. Let's go.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Gator. Fire.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's baby shot.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.